Welcome to our channel, Sailing Atlantic. We're a small crew of 2 people. There's skipper Frank and there's navigator Heidi. Our boat is a Hallberg Rassy 382, built in year 1987, called Atlantic. We decided only to look back at the best memories, so remember time is precious. Make each day count. With this channel, we hope we can give you all a small glimpse of what's waiting out there. The rest is up to you. Rap life, live out your dreams. Let's see what happened this week.
We were apparently doing a little too well on our channel last year. So we ran into a bit of copyright issues on the music bit, which I thought I had cleared, but apparently not good enough. So we decided to delete every single video we had on our channel, and then we are starting from scratch again. Doesn't really matter, because we're not doing this for the money or the glory. We are doing this to keep our family and friends up to date of what's going on. We've been sailing for the last 2.5 months in this season, and I just today cleared some royalty issues on the music, so I figured out a way to do it. It's been a mixed season so far. We started going into the fjord, and then we had some fan issues that we needed to attend to, so we sailed back home, stayed there for a couple of weeks, got that sorted, and then we pushed on. So we've been around Sjælland, we've been on Anholt, into the Limfjord, and right now we are stuck, so to say, in Carpentry. It's really windy here, a lot of rain, thunder, so it's not very good weather for going out. So we're just staying put here until the weather will change. Our channel will probably change a little. We found it rather relaxing not to make a new video every single week, so we can just be in the present and not jump around and grab a camera and film a little. So, but we will put a video up now and then. But as you can see on our channel, it's completely blank, and we are back to square zero. So I might make a video on the boat, which I could see it had quite an interest on YouTube. And then we'll do a little around the sailing as well.
Subscriber asked us if we could tell a little more about the boat. Apparently the subscriber is looking for a similar model. One of the things that the layout is perfect. It's not a huge boat, but it's a pretty big boat. So this is a semi-long keel. So it's not a long keel, but it's also not a thin keel. So it's something in between. The layout of the boat, brilliant. For 2 couples. There's a rear cabin that we use, and we sleep in. We sleep in one side of the rear cabin, so we like to sleep close to each other. And the V-berth in the front of the boat, brilliant cabin. Now this is an old boat. This is a boat from 1987. Again, the quality of the wood and everything is from a time where things were made to last. So it's still very high quality. You got mahogany on the inside, teak on the outside, so it doesn't get any better, and it is good quality wood. But it's also a boat that's got some seasons on its back. And maintenance is one of the things that takes a lot of our time. A teak deck, that takes a lot of time. So we need to redo the teak plugs, and equally the corkings on the deck is showing its age. But it can be fixed. We still got about 8 to 9 millimeters back of the original deck, and that's more than new boats are delivered with from the factory. They're delivered with about 6 millimeters. So again, it's not a problem, but it takes a little time. Now, one of the first things that we see when we come down is, of course, the cabin table. And this didn't look like this when we bought it, but as I just mentioned, you can sand it down and you can re-varnish it. So it turned out quite nice. Entering the cabin, one of the things you'll see is we made new carpets on the boat. It has beautiful wooden flooring that never seen the day of light when we bought the boat. The boat was bought with all original carpets, wall-to-wall carpets. Now, looking at the head, that also gave us little challenges. First challenge we met, if you've seen our channel through the years, was that I accidentally dropped a hammer into the sink. Not very clever of me. I replaced that with a Korean version. We also have had some challenges with the toilet that has been replaced, so it's not the original Blake's that's on the boat anymore. A Johnson toilet that sits a little lower. It actually sits below the waterline of the boat. So we needed to make an anti-cypron solution, and then we can either decide to go straight into the sea or into the tank. The tank, if you saw our channel last year, was corroded and no good anymore, so that has been replaced. Not that the quality is not good from Hallberg Rassy, it's brilliant, but it just showed its sign of wear and tear over the years. So the tank is brand new and replaced. All the lightings have been replaced with LED, and that's all over the boat. An additional thing that we installed was solar vents for the boat. This type here equally has a LED light, so we use that as a night light. When we bought the boat, we thought about installing a generator on the boat, but a generator is really expensive, both to buy, install, and also to maintain. So I upgraded the generator on the engine, so that can run a little high ampage. And then we decided to upgrade all the consumer bits on the boat. So instead of us buying a generator that can make a heck of a lot of power, then we looked into how can we reduce our consumption on the boat instead. To change all lightings to LED. LED don't use anything, and we took the old cabin light lamps as well and just changed the bulb. That cost us a couple of euros per lamp, so that was a cheap fix. The fridge on the boat, the compressor, that was also the original one back from when the boat was new, and that has been replaced now with a more modern version that is electronically controlled. Now this type works with a big ice block. There's some kind of a liquid solution within this, and when it's got high voltage, the boat knows, or the control of this unit knows, that it is charging, and then it freezes things really heavy down, and then it can shut off for many hours. Now, to give the airflow a little help on the compressor for the fridge, we also mounted extra vents on the bottom of the cabinet. The fridge compressor is mounted within this cabinet. The boat is installed with 2 water tanks, 650 liters. Yeah, and the other one is about 200. The 650 liters, that also supplies pressurized hot and cold water on the boat. If the pump breaks on the boat, then we can manually pump from the same tank here, just cold of course. And then we got a secondary tank on the boat as well, which is operated by a foot pump. That's on about 200 liters. So we got about 850 liters on board. Now, talking about water capacity, you can also take a shower on the boat, where you can take your shower head, put it up here, and there's a shower curtain as well. Now, looking at the engine room of the boat, this has equally given us a few challenges. Not that it wasn't great, because it was, but time took its turns on everything. So the first thing we replaced in here was our heater. That was the original Ebersprecher heater from '87. It worked, but it drew a heck of a lot of ampage when starting up. Now, the engine on this boat is MD-31A, good strong engine. She has been very kind to us. We did need to replace the exhaust knee on the boat, which could not be bought anymore, so we needed to get one fabricated. A good friend of ours helped with that. Equally, the steering cables on the boat were replaced a couple of years ago when we were in Sweden. Motor mounts were replaced, they were shot, and a lot of other small things have been upgraded in here. Fuse boxes, and then the whole electrical system has been upgraded on the boat as well. So we can run an inverter at about 1800 watts if we need that. Now, the gas stove was also replaced on the boat. I don't know if the one that was here was the original one, but that was a 2-burner. We bought a 3. Now, all the electronics that we've installed in the boats, I won't go into details with that, because that's a personal preference. Of course, we have a chart plotter, and we have a wind instrument, and we have a depth sounder, and so on. But looking at the finish of the boat, looking at the carpentry, this doesn't get any better. So even with a boat from '87, this is absolutely beautiful. Now, the 382 is masthead rigged. Got a really heavy rig on the boat. Everything is very well made. It's got a self-tacking jib that's mounted on it. That's an extra that some prior owner spent a lot of money doing. That's both good and bad. It's nice when you sail in the fjord and you need to do a lot of tacking. The other way around, your jib will become slightly smaller. Therefore, we have a Code Zero, not mounted right now, but there's an extra furler for Code Zero. That will give us the square meters that we are missing from the self-tacking system. The deck itself is really nice, really good, wide, easy to move around on. A brilliant thing about the boat is the windscreen. We will actually be switching this out this winter. We have a brand new windscreen at home, but I didn't have time to mount it. And with the new windscreen, we will equally need to do some adjustments on the spray hood as well. So right now we are just postponing the job, and then this will be put up for sale eventually. There's a big gas locker on the boat with the two, I think it's 6 or 7 kilograms of gas. So rig-wise, it's a really steady boat. It's a center cockpit. The center cockpit is nice when you're sailing. You are close to the point of everything bashing around, so you get a smoother ride. And it's a dry boat. You rarely get seawater on yourself. Of course, rain, that's another thing. And the aft deck, there's equally a big locker that goes all the way across the boat, so that's nice. Then we mounted a wind generator. I would say that's more or less waste of money. It's too expensive compared to the output of how much electricity it's producing. And we have a radar as well, which is nice. Below the radar there's equally a deck light where we can light up the entire cockpit, and there's equally a deck light further up the mast where we can light up the entire foredeck. So it's really nice. We got pretty big winches on it, 52 Aluma, they're big. Slightly overkill for the setup that the boat has now, where everything is driven back to the cockpit. So this is for the jib, for the self-tacking system. You don't need a winch this big, but it's there. And then we mounted an extra winch, and that's for the furler, which is really nice and makes it a lot easier. We have solar panels, 1, 2. The way we mounted the solar panel was to actually to use the preventer as an anchor, and then there's just 2 telescopes from a skylight system, so we can take the panels up to horizontal and then back down to vertical. So when we're sailing, they also work as windbreakers. So guys, that was a little around Atlantic and some of the stuff we have done. It doesn't nowhere near cover what we've been around doing for the last 4 or 5 years, but gives you some picture of what kind of boat it is. If you have any questions, let us know, and I'll be happy to answer as good as I can. But I hope that I left you the impression that the Hallberg Rassy 382 is a great boat in every aspect.